Welcome to my channel. History is full of stories that teach us about humanity, courage, morality, and sacrifice. Some of these stories stay with us forever because they carry lessons that are timeless. One of the most profound and inspiring stories is the Battle of Karbala. Today, I want to take you on a journey back to the year 680 AD, to explore this historic event, to understand its meaning, its sacrifices, and the lessons that continue to inspire millions around the world. Karbala is a small city in what is now Iraq, yet it became the stage for one of the most defining moments in human history. At the heart of this story is Imam Hussain, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad. He faced a ruler named Yazid, who demanded that Imam Hussain pledge allegiance to him. But this was not merely a political dispute. This was a battle of principles, a struggle between justice and tyranny, truth and oppression. Imam Hussein's refusal to submit was an act of moral courage, a demonstration that principles are far more important than personal safety or life itself. To truly understand Karbala, we must first understand the world at that time. After the passing of the Prophet Muhammad, the Muslim community faced internal turmoil. Leadership was contested, and the values of justice, honesty, and integrity were constantly challenged. Yazid's rise to power represented a concentration of authority at the expense of justice and righteousness. He demanded allegiance from Imam Hussain, but Imam Hussain understood that agreeing would betray not only his conscience but the very teachings of his grandfather. Imam Hussein's decision was not taken lightly. He understood the immense risks. He knew that leaving Medina would lead him and his family into danger, hunger, thirst, and possible death. But he chose the path of truth. He did not act out of anger or desire for power, he acted out of principle, faith, and a commitment to justice that would resonate for generations. As Imam Hussain and his family began their journey from Medina, they traveled through the harsh deserts under a relentless sun. Imagine the scorching heat, the endless sand, and the long, tiresome days. Alongside him were his family, including children, women, and elders. Every step of this journey symbolized moral courage, resilience, and unwavering faith. The caravan faced not just physical challenges, but emotional and psychological ones too. Every member knew the dangers that lay ahead, yet they moved forward, guided by faith and conscience. When they reached Karbala, they were confronted by Yazid's army. The enemy vastly outnumbered them. The river, their only source of water, was blocked. The children cried from thirst, elders worried for their families, and yet the camp remained steadfast. This was not merely survival, it was a demonstration of patience, dignity, and moral strength in the face of unbearable adversity. The day of Ashura, the 10th of Muharram, was the culmination of this struggle. Imam Hussain and his companions faced almost certain death. Yet they refused to surrender. Every action they took on that day reflected deep moral conviction. Each companion fought with bravery, not for power, not for recognition, but to uphold justice. Every sacrifice carried a profound message, every moment of the battle reflected the eternal struggle between right and wrong. Karbala is remembered not for the violence, but for the principles it represented. It teaches us courage, the courage to stand alone against overwhelming odds. It teaches integrity, the refusal to compromise principles, even when faced with extreme danger. It teaches patience and faith in the face of hardship. These values transcend time, offering lessons to anyone confronting injustice, oppression, or moral dilemmas in any era. The story of Karbala also highlights the role of family and community. Women, children, and elders were present throughout the journey and the events at Karbala. Their dignity, resilience, and unwavering support remind us that standing for justice is not the responsibility of one individual alone. It is a collective effort, where every member contributes in their own way. These human stories within Karbala teach us empathy, compassion, and courage. Beyond the immediate events, Karbala carries deeper ethical and philosophical lessons. Moral courage is often solitary, costly, and misunderstood. True leadership is not about power or titles, it is about responsibility, empathy, and guiding others toward justice. Imam Hussain embodied these qualities. He led not through fear, but through example, showing that leadership is measured by the strength of one's principles and the ability to inspire others to act with integrity. Even today, the lessons of Karbala are profoundly relevant. Our world still faces injustice, corruption, and oppression. Karbala reminds us that standing for what is right requires courage, perseverance, and sacrifice. It shows us that even small acts of integrity, compassion, and moral courage can leave a lasting impact. Imam Hussein's stand teaches us that the choices we make define our character and shape the moral fabric of society. The emotional resonance of Karbala is also immense. Imagine the pain, the sacrifice, and the bravery. Children crying of thirst, mothers protecting their families, elders guiding the young, companions sacrificing their lives. All of these aspects make Karbala not just a historical event, but a deeply emotional and human story. It teaches empathy, the importance of protecting the vulnerable, and the power of selfless action. History is remembered not only through battles and dates, but through the human experience, the emotions, the resilience, and the moral struggle that define it. Karbala also reminds us that standing for truth is never easy. It often requires sacrifice, and sometimes it places individuals against overwhelming odds. Yet the legacy of those who act with integrity outlasts the power of those who act with oppression. Every choice we make, every stand for justice, no matter how small, contributes to a legacy that can inspire generations. The story of Karbala continues to inspire discussions, writings, and reflections around the world. It teaches us about courage, moral clarity, leadership, and humanity. Every year, the events of Ashura are commemorated not just as historical facts, but as lessons in moral courage and resilience. People from all cultures and backgrounds study Karbala to understand the importance of standing for truth and justice, no matter the cost. Whenever you face injustice or oppression in life, remember Karbala. Remember that your choices define your character. Life is fleeting, but the values we uphold endure. Stand firm in your principles, act with courage, and show compassion even in the face of adversity. History shows us that such actions resonate far beyond the immediate moment. If you want to explore more stories like this, stories that shaped humanity and teach lessons about courage, justice, morality, and resilience, make sure to follow this channel. Let history guide you, and let the lessons of the past inspire your actions today. The story of Karbala is not merely a historical account, it is a living lesson in moral courage, leadership, and human dignity. History is not only about dates and battles. It is about the choices people make, the principles they uphold, and the lessons we carry forward. Karbala teaches us that standing for truth and justice is timeless. It reminds us that even in the darkest moments, integrity, faith, and moral courage shine brightly. As we conclude, remember that the values of Karbala, courage, patience, faith, sacrifice, integrity, and compassion, are lessons we can apply in our lives today. Stand for what is right, uphold your principles, and let the story of Karbala guide you in becoming a person of moral strength, wisdom, and resilience. Thanks for watching.